Hey guys, here we are. Made it to Salt Lake Airport this morning. And it looks like our first flight is on time for Amsterdam. We've got about 9 or 10 hours to Amsterdam and then another 9 or 10 to Nairobi in Kenya. So hopefully those will go by quickly. And here we go.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now.
Alright guys, we're in seats 17B and C. We're all like packed in here and ready to roll. I just, or I should say the 115 missionaries just passed by. So that's interesting. I'm sure they'll be fairly quiet. 10 hours from now, we'll be in Amsterdam. But I'll certainly give you updates as to what other munchies are like and so forth. Lori, are you all settled in?
I am settled in.
You sure?
I am, yes. I'm very excited.
And you have your games done, ready to
I
go?
have my iPad ready to go.
Yeah, of course you do. Are you going to be playing Agricola with Mark?
Not on the plane.
Why? There's Wi-Fi.
You're not getting
Why not?
because
Okay.
I can hold off that long.
I hope we don't kill each other. Otherwise, I'm going to try to sleep. See ya.
Bye.
Hooked me up one summer night. I was flying sky high. You would always take me out. Oh, now in all those magic nights, our estimates autumn time. Will you ever ask me out? Me and my army, we will stake you out. One step ahead and we will bring you down. Me and my army, we will take you out. We are one step ahead and we will bring you down. If you fail me now, I've seen you with your friends at night, enjoying your alone time. Why didn't you ask me out?
Well, good morning, good morning. We made it to Nairobi. All checked into the Airbnb, and here it is the next day. And the Airbnb is really cool. It's on the, unfortunately, third or fourth floor of this old building, but it's called the Shima Villas. So anyway, yeah, we got checked in last night. Victor picked us up at the Nairobi airport, who is one of the drivers that the host uses. So that was fun. We're only about 20-30 minutes from the airport. And this again is our first Airbnb that we're settled in for 2-3 days. And we're gonna go out and do some exploring today in Nairobi, starting with a little breakfast or lunch. Of course, unlike some Airbnbs, there was nothing here to get started with at all. So there was a little packet of coffee, some old instant coffee, but nothing to eat for breakfast. But let's take a look around this little place here first in here, and then we're gonna head out. Pretty cool, very modern, got a little Africa motif going on, surprise, surprise. There we go, nice little living room. It's good to have this as memories moving forward. Here's a little dining room type deal. Look at the rug. Very Africa-like. The kitchen is in there. And then coming down the hallway, my bedroom. Oops, it's dirty right now. This is cool. Look at the little giraffe. Oh wait, you can't see him. There he is. Check that out. He's pondering things. My bathroom. Woohoo. No hot water. Lori, of course, has the palace, as always.
Oh, not as always.
Yes, as always. She's upset because there is no hairdryer. There's her palatial bathroom, of course. Yeah, most Airbnbs should come with hairdryers, but not this one, so we contacted the host, and hopefully there'll be a solution to that. Otherwise it will drive her crazy. Anyway, we are out and about today and heading first to breakfast. Well, we made it over to Yahya Mall, which is just right down the street, a nice little walk down this sort of bumpy little street with lots of like potholes and huge pits you could walk into. But nice, it's cool having this close. We ate over here at the Java House, which wasn't all that. They had good coffee, but also sandwiches. So on we go. Lori's getting a hairdryer because the Airbnb didn't have one. So that's not so good. But luckily it was right next door to the Java House. All right, guys, we're walking back from the old Yaya here in the streets of Nairobi. Trying to get a feel of our neighborhood. We're only about 3 or 4 blocks from the Airbnb, and actually the skyline is very small and squatty so far, but there have been a few cool buildings. The buses aren't nearly as packed full as in India, and overall the street scene seems to be pretty quiet, actually, even though here we are on a weekday. But yeah, vendors back there were selling sugar cane. It's a kind of a half cloudy, humid, maybe 75-degree day. And we're just walking around a little bit. And then tonight we're not quite sure what's going on. But yeah, there are little street vendors along the way. Fairly quiet neighborhood, like I said. The people here are generally very reserved. There isn't a lot of smiles or joy going on. I mean, they're polite, but it's obviously a very conservative culture. And of course, all the normal perils of other countries here as we try to walk along. Maybe tonight we'll check out this one that's just close to the Airbnb. It's Healthy African and Other Dishes, Mooney Restaurant and Bar. Here's our street. We're on Jabuvo Road. And we're right down here. The streets always seem a little sketch, but most of these compounds are behind locked doors. And the overall feeling on the streets is you feel safe. I mean, there's none of that creepy hair up on the back of your neck kind of feeling walking around. Just again, it's interesting because there aren't a lot of smiles. People are very reserved. There's not rampant poverty by any means that I saw in India. Streets are a little dirty here and there, but overall, yeah, it's a very safe feeling.
What do you mean?
Here we are, Shima Villas. Woot woot. This is our home for a few days. Security's pretty tight, so we always have to knock, I guess. There's no place like home. Here we are inside the gate, and the Shima Villas, they're kind of cool. Sadly, we're up on the 4th floor, but these things happen. And we're in that building right there. Our building. Woo woo. Nice little balconies. Alright guys, hey, we walked over to the Hood for dinner, and power's out, so it's kind of cool. So we have a little candle going on, and I've got the phone going on here, but look at this. I'm having, in the dark, the Tusker light beer, and Lori, of course, has her Sprite.
That's a Sprite, warm Sprite.
Warm Sprite, yeah. But their electricity went out. We heard a generator going on, so this could be quite the experience. But we're going to see what happens. Well, the other place was just a bar, so we made it over here to, what's the name of this place? Golden Spot. And they're known for their Kenyan barbecue. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to get here yet. But what a cool little place. It's sitting kind of on the inside area here, but there's a full patio. A little chilly tonight, actually. So we're gonna see what this place is all about. It's pretty cool. Let's take a look here. I think we decided on, we're gonna try something called brown ugali, which is some sort of potato dish. Chromosome, haha. They're known for their barbecue here in Kenya. And I'm gonna get a really good beer I had over there. It's the Tusker, once again. I think we decided on some sort of platter for two though. There it is. Well guys, this is unreal. This is ugali, and it is sort of like a, well, it looks like a cow pie, but it is incredible. It's like a polenta texture, but it's a rice bread type deal. And the camera just fogged up. We have chapati.
There's the heat.
And then some sort of meat platter that you're supposed to actually eat with your fingers, but interesting. Good stuff. All right, guys, so gosh, what a long day, but it was fun after a couple naps. Went out to dinner there, quite the flesh feast. But definitely authentic food, and the service was great, the music was great. So far, Nairobi is really an interesting, cool place. So tomorrow, we are doing a tour of the Kibera slum area of Nairobi. Sounds kind of strange, but just like in Mumbai, some of these slums are very industrious. They have a lot of things actually going on in the walls that you would not expect of a quote-unquote slum. So that'll be really cool. And we'll report back in on that tomorrow night and hopefully get a good night's sleep since there's still some jet lag going on. Anyway, so we will check in tomorrow. Bye.